Okay, they maxed a Charizard. Please, if I need to hit one move right here, this is the move I need to hit. YouTube, today we're continuing to use the Magic Powder team with Hatterene and Zoroark. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team, there is a payment available in the description down below. You can grab the rental code for 2 weeks. It is going to be available till it expires. And there is a team builder coming out in the next couple of days. So make sure you stay tuned and check that out when it is available. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. The Hyper Offense team of Thundurus, Calyrex, Shadow Rider, Zacian, Whimsicott, or Shifu Darm. This is quite the scary matchup right here. And I mean quite the scary matchup. Alrighty then. I want to go with Zoroark lead with my Giratina, I think, for Shadow Sneak pressure. Yeah. Is that the case? I could lead. I think it is the right play here. I'm so scared of the Urshifu. The Urshifu is so problematic for my team. I think this is the right call though. And then I think I try to get trick him up in the back with Hatterene plus Dialga. I want to transfer my Zoroark into my Hatterene, I'm pretty sure. So I bring Hatterene in the back. Yeah, this is scary. And I mean very scary. I don't exactly have good tools to deal with this. I'm pretty sure they always have to lead the Calyrex at least. That's the one positive note here. And if they lead Calyrex, I can go for a burning. I could surprise the Calyrex and get a hit off with Zoroark, outspeeding it, which is huge. Maybe I could have led Dialga here though, because Dialga could have just hailstormed, so that could have been a thing. A Darmanitan plus Zacian. What? They led this into potential Trick Room? What? Okay. That is not what I expected. What? How did they? Okay, I'm gonna Burning Jealousy and I'm gonna Protect, as this should be Crash into Behemoth Blade, I think. Let's find out. I will protect the Giratina. I mean, I have to take the risk with Zoroark right here. I just gotta hope Zoroark can get the Burning Jealousy off. Hey, they did go for it, which is nice. Burning Jealousy will come out from the Zoroark. Hatterene Burning Jealousy into the Zacian. Get the burn because of the first turn lead. And they go for Behemoth Blade, which I think will probably still knock out Zoroark, but this is still really good because of the fact that, okay, that's still pretty good. Oh, Zoroark actually lives, which is actually good because I could save it for the Zacian, the Calyrex Shadow Rider in the back later. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I'll probably preserve this mon. Okay, I'm going to preserve Zoroark. I'm going to go hard Dialga. Yeah, I am risking my Dialga, but I think it's fine. And I think Shadow Sneak the Darm might KO. Might. That's a big might, but if it does, we're actually in a pretty good spot. I think I would want to try to trick up the next turn. I don't know if they're going to Behemoth Blade or Sacred Sword my... Oh, they have close combat with Zacian, so I think they would rather spam Behemoth Blade with the team. Shadow Sneak's just really good if I can get the KO onto Darm here, because it is a pretty strong attack from a max attack Giratina with the Orb as well. We bring out the Dialga here, and we're going to try Sub Trick Room now, I guess. Zacian going to Protect, which is fantastic. The Burning Jealousy really coming into play. The reason I have Burning Jealousy on the Zoroark is for it to Scarf is to bait the Zacian lead. Oh, I missed a knockout. Are you kidding me? All right, that's fine. So I'm going to lose my Giratina, which isn't the greatest. That's insane that it lived. Holy cow, that's a Choice Band Darm. Okay, I think we're good. I think we just get Trick of a Shadow Sneak and we win. I can't believe we lived that. Giratina is popping off right now. Shadow Sneak gonna come out into Darm. Fantastic. Goodbye, Darm. All right, perfect. We're gonna see these close combat come out. Okay, into my Dialga, which is gonna be able to take the attack. The only problem, I guess, is my max is Hatterene in this game, which is a fine max here, I guess. Yeah, it's a completely okay max here. I would like... Well, I guess there's also... I had to double up the Calyrex if it comes in, because if Calyrex comes in, yeah, I do have to KO the Calyrex. If it comes in Thundurus, I don't know. I felt my team was pretty obviously Trick Room. Maybe they were scared of something else, but okay. Thundurus coming in is not what I would expect here. All right, I'm going for an Earth Power into their Zacian. I'm I'm just gonna go for a Poltergeist into their Thunderous slot. Okay, big Zoroark popping off because that damage from earlier was actually so huge. That burning jealousy was so huge, being able to survive, and it's so useful for a Calyx Shadow Rider endgame potentially. We're gonna see the Thunderous does Dynamax here, which I'm not too surprised. All right, they can only knock out one Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure my Hatterene's gonna go in crazy. I just pray that I don't miss the following attacks. Poltergeist, I do land perfect, so I am able to hit the Thunderous. Huge amount of damage to their Thunderous, and they didn't protect Zacian, which is perfect. All right, so I am able to get an Earth Power off into their Zacian slot and pick up the knockout. Okay, awesome. Zacian goes down. Let's find out what this Thunderous is going for. Airstream or Knuckle here? Probably Knuckle, my Dialga. Let's see. No, it's Airstream. Into Giratina? Yeah, okay. That's a-okay by me. That's a-okay by me. All right, we get to bring out my Hatterene, and I guess I'll G-Max the Hatterene here. G-Max Hatterene is the way to win this one, and yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. Let's just fire off the attacks, because we know that unless they change the team, they can't protect with the Calyx, which is the last Pokemon in the back. Yeah, a Flash Cannon plus G-Max Smite should get the knockout, and even if the Calyx protects, hey, I get the G-Max Smite off, and I get we get to play some fun confusions with my opponent. So yeah, we're gonna go for a Flash Cannon right here into the Calyx slot, and we're gonna go for a G-Max Smite here into the Calyx slot as well. And Gigantamax Hatterene, this Pokemon. G-Max Smite was one of the dumbest things to deal with in the early Sword and Shield days. Oh man, I when this thing came out, the G-Max Smite, oh man, dealing with this on like the early Sun teams was not fun in Gen 8. But at least we're not like super cheesing out of this way. We're just going for damage realistically. Oh, they max guard the Thunderous too. Oh, they max guard the Thunderous too. I think they're just trying to get the, which makes sense. They're going for the choke here. Me not attacking the Calyx or doubling it up and going for the reverse Trick Room here. However, I just don't give them the chance, and this ends up being perfect, as I am going to be able to pick up the knockout into their Calyx with the Flash Cannon. And yeah, now we are able to pick up the win because Thunderous cannot do anything. It is confused. We can go for, I guess, Psychic Terrain. I guess we'll just set up the Psychic Terrain. We have a Zoroark in the back, which doesn't outspeed the Thunderous because of its speed here, but yeah, I think we just do way too much damage now. I think Flash Cannon into the Mindstorm will be good enough right here. And yeah, Mindstorm will be able to pick up the knockout into the Thunderous, I'd imagine. If not, Flash Cannon will. Yep. Nice. Zoroark. I am super shocked on their lead though. Like, I can't believe they led Storm Zacian into something like I could have led into the, well, I guess maybe they thought, okay, maybe they thought that I wasn't gonna lead my Hatterene, which is fair because they don't know if I'm Sashing. Like, of course, Calyx Shadow or the Astral Barrage can bypass that, so they're like, okay, I gotta prepare for the Dialga. And I guess they were scared of if I Dynamax Dialga because their team isn't like super well equipped to deal with Dynamax Dialga either. So I guess they want to lead the Dark mode. Maybe they're expecting like the offensive mode of like Landorus plus Dialga, and maybe that's what they were trying to counteract. But yeah, I was able to get the Trick Room off. I was able to get that strong burn jealousy, which was absolutely huge because it really just neutered that Dialga at that point. And yeah, I was able to get the Trick Room off and overwhelm the team. Urshifu, Dialga, Calyx Ice Rider, Klefki, Whimsicott, and the Rotom Heat. This is one heck of an interesting matchup if I had to say anything right here. Okay, what am I exactly going here? Because this is not a matchup I would have said I would have expected. Okay, I like Landorus a lot here. It just depends on what kind of Urshifu that is, because Dark Urshifu is going to be pretty threatening to my team, and I mean very threatening to my team. I don't know if this is Trick Room or not. This is actually just, man, the combinations here are kind of strange in general. I like Dialga lead. I like Landorus lead a lot here. I can try to get Trick Room up, I think. And then I like Giratina in the back, and I like Hatterene because Hatterene can dish out some big damage. Let's find out, because their team doesn't look like a Trick Room team, so I think it's probably fast Calyx. However, it's just, yeah, I mean, Dialga, Calyx, Ice Rider, I would normally assume, okay, maybe this is a Trick Room. However, they have Tailwind. They don't have any slow Pokemon on this team. So I just don't really know what am I expecting right here. Cool to see Klefki. I don't know if I'll actually see it in this matchup. I have no idea if it's going to be screens. I think the big thing is the steel typing as well as access to rain dance and metal sound right here. We're going to see the Klefki Calyx lead immediately, which is actually pretty good for my lead because I led Dialga plus Landorus right here. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I get Intimidate off into the Calyx. I can go for a big Choice Banded Earthquake damage right away. Yeah, this actually seems pretty good right here. I think I will go for the Earthquake here into their team, and I'll go for a Max Steel Spike right off the bat. And yeah, I don't see a reason not to go for that. Or I could go for Dragon. Actually, Dragon's better. Yeah, Dragon's better to lower the attack off the Calyx immediately because the Steel Spike's not going to help me in the long term, I think. So yeah, let's just go for an Earthquake here and a Max Dragon. We do have telepathy on Dialga, so we're not afraid of the Earthquake right here. The Klefki, I don't know what it goes for here. They don't have a good switch into ground other than Rotom Heat, which I guess they could bring, but I'm not really that scared of Rotom with my team. It doesn't really accomplish that much other than a Willis burn into my my Giratina right here. So we'll see what they decide to go for. I could see them just going for the screens right away with the Klefki. They do have access to T-Wave as well onto my Dialga. Fake Tears, I don't think that's going to be an option here. It does get Switcheroo, I guess, which I guess could be a thing. We'll find out. We will Dynamax our Dialga, and I know my Dialga is faster than Max Speed Calyx unless it's a Choice Scarf variant because, yeah, it like hits, what, 112, I think? And I am faster than 112 here. Well, Dynamax Dialga, is this Dynamax Calyx? It is Dynamax Calyx, no surprise. Unless they Dynamax the Klefki, and if they Dynamax the Klefki, I have no idea what to expect here. But yeah, they do Dynamax this. Okay, so that's actually a relief because that's a way easier Dynamax for me to handle than Dialga was. I just need to know what the speed tier is for the Calyx because that's... I mean, I know it's slower than my Dialga, but I don't know if my Giratina will outspeed it. That's a big question. We're going to see a light screen come out. Okay, perfect. So this is going to protect it from my Dialga's attack, but this is Earthquake, and I'm pretty sure I pick up the knockout here onto the Klefki right here. So they only get one screen up. Good by Klefki, and yeah, the Calyx still takes quite a bit of damage. Ooh, I don't know. I feel like Bandage... If that was like a frailer Calyx, it should have done more. So I'm pretty sure this is slow Calyx. I get a Max Dragon off into the Calyx. I lower its attack by one stage. They get a Hailstorm off probably into my Landers. We're going to trade Pokemon. However, basically the Calyx is at neutral, and I think that's a pretty successful turn. My Dialga is still very healthy right here. So the attack into the Landers is going to pick up a knockout right here. I do not mind. Now, the next Pokemon is going to be where this game really gets... Oh man, this next Pokemon's going to be huge. If this is Choice Band or Urshifu in the back, I am very scared. However, should manage just fine otherwise. We're going to go out into our Giratina here. The reason we're going to go out into Giratina is because we want to throw off a potential Poltergeist. If Whimsicott comes out, I probably just Steel Spike the Whimsicott and I swap into Hatterene here. Or I could go for Protect. That also works too. Now let's find out what they're going to bring out here. I will go out in my Giratina, which should be pretty safe usually. And we're going to see the Urshifu come out. Yeah, so the Urshifu is the scary Pokemon here. Oh, it's the Water Urshifu. That's not nearly as bad then. Okay. What if Poltergeist could knock out the Calyx right here? That would be huge. Ooh, I would really love to if that's the case. I just don't know. What's the last Pokemon? Probably Dialga, right? I mean, I always go for a Dragon and Urshifu, I think. Just pick up the knock on Urshifu regardless. We should live at Bandit close combat, I think, with Dialga just because of how bulky we are. And then the question is, am I going for Shadow Force, Shadow Sneak, Poltergeist, Protect, or am I just swapping here? Because I could realistically... I kind of want to go for the Poltergeist right here. Yeah, I think I want to go for the Poltergeist right here. Let's see. I want to see how much damage I do. Attack is going to come out, which is cool. Okay. So I still get a huge amount of damage into their team, and I get to lower their attack on the Calyx. If I doubled up the Calyx, that would have been amazing. However, yeah, I just didn't think I had the room to if this was Bandit or Urshifu. I guess if it's Bandit or Urshifu, then I could double up the Calyx and then Giratina could win. But then again, next to Dialga, I don't think that's a thing. Poltergeist is going to come out. It is going to be the Babiri Berry, actually. Oh. Huh. That's cool. So Babiri Berry, we're going to see a Max Hailstorm into Giratina. I survive a Giratina because of the Max Dragon. Oh, wait. This is amazing for me because I can Shadow Sneak and Quake now. That's amazing for me, actually. Yeah. I go for a Max Quake into the Urshifu slot, get that +1, and I go for the Shadow Sneak right here into the Calyx slot. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. If they go for Max Guard, that's fine with the Calyx, but yeah, not being weakness policy just made it so much easier because Giratina was actually able to survive, which I am kind of surprised, but that works out. I guess it makes sense it's not policy though, because this team has like no need for a policy, right? I didn't think it was Babiri Berry with the switches, but we're gonna see the Urshifu switch out into Dialga. Oh, that's not what you want to do. That is not what you want to do. Okay, Calyx goes for the Max Guard. I went for the Max Quake, setting up for the Dialga, which I thought was going to be in the back here. I am going to go for a Max Quake. I think even a Max Dragon would have done so much damage to the Urshifu, but yeah, goodbye Dialga. Oh, light screen's up. Because that did way less than I expected. Yeah. That did way less than I expected. However, still works out. We get to find out who's faster. Who's Dialga's faster? Because this is going to be pretty important. Their Dialga's faster. Okay, good to know. All right, my Dialga's a really weird speed tier, so I do not think this is a speed tie at all. I'm pretty sure my safest place to go for a Trick Room here with my Dialga. Yeah, it's my safest place to go for a Trick Room with Dialga and go for a Shadow Sneak into the Calyx slot. Yeah, that's always the safest play. They could switch out an Urshifu, which I think is fine. I go for the Shadow Sneak always into Calyx. There's no Psychic Terrain up, right? Yeah, there's no Psychic Terrain up. Just have to make sure I didn't bring any D. My opponent didn't have an ND. Let's go for the Shadow Sneak, go for the Trick Room, and then I think Hatterene Dazzling Gleam sweeps. We're going to see the Calyx retreat, which makes sense, into the Urshifu. That's cool, because I'm pretty sure that I win by clicking Gleam and Earth Power. So we go for the Shadow Sneak here in Urshifu. We go for the Blizzard. Okay, we do have +1 Spadef with Dialga, which is specific. Okay, no freeze. Okay, that was the only thing I was scared of, was freeze there. We do get to trick him off successfully, and now I'm pretty sure we secure the game, because I'm pretty sure Hatterene cleans up from here. I guess if we don't knock out the Calyx though with Gleam, it's awkward. If we don't knock out the Calyx, it's actually kind of awkward, because I think we just go down to Glacial Lance twice. So all right, it's gonna come down to that. Basically, we bring out the Hatterene here, and just hope that Hatterene can finish off the game. Hopefully it does. I mean, I am max special attack here. We go for the Earth Power into Dialga. We go for a Dazzling Gleam into their team. Yep. Okay. Aqua Jet doesn't change anything. They do go for the Aqua Jet. They went for the attack. The Gleam was spread damage, so that was actually... This could be the difference between me guaranteeing the knockout Calyx, because remember, they do have light screen available to them right here. Goodbye Urshifu. Earth Power is going to come out into... Did we actually speed tie? Did we actually speed tie? I am like pretty sure that my Dialga is like some really weird speed variant. What? Because they took the hail damage first. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It was actually a speed tie with like this Dialga set. I am so shocked that that's actually a speed tie. I am very shocked that's a speed tie. What Dialga mirror is running 116 speed on both Dialgas? Did I just miss it? They didn't have any form of speed control. Are you kidding me? I thought this was a safe Earth Power Gleam endgame. It's body press too. So Dialga just goes that. What the heck? I mean, how was I supposed to know it was a speed tie? Their Dialga took hail damage first, unless I misread the situation, but I'm pretty sure I saw their opponent's Dialgas took chip from hail, then my Dialga took chip from hail. So what the heck? How was I supposed to play around that? What was I supposed to do to play around that? The Max Quake was right. I guess I could have read the Calyx swapping out. I guess I could have protected Giratina. That could have been a safe play. I was not expecting that though. I really wasn't. Groudon, Charizard, Venusaur, Torkoal, Calyx, Ice Rider, Incin. What the heck is up with this Sun team? All right. What am I dealing with? Okay, this is a weird matchup for sure. I think I would want to go for baiting attacks right here. Yeah, I would really like to go with like Zoroark Landorus. And I hope they lead Groudon Charizard, because that's what I'm hoping for. If they lead Groudon Charizard, it's so good for me. And I mean so good for me. So I'm going to try to bait the Charizard right here. That way if Zoroark into Landorus, and then have Giratina and Dialga in the back. No, I want to copy the Dialga, so I need to have Dialga in the last slot. My plan here against Charizard, I don't know if it works, we'll find out. But there's something specific with my Zoroark lead with Landorus against Charizard Sun teams if they play like I expect them to. I don't know if it's going to be the case, we'll find out. All right, let's see. Let us see right here. They're going to lead the Groudon Charizard. Okay, that's step one. That is step one. Leading Dialga plus Landorus right here. We get Intimidate off into their Groudon. They can't tell what Dialga I am because they think I have telepathy, so they don't bother with the ability check. The Drought is going to activate right here. Okay, cool. And White Herb. Okay, I was like, is that Jetpack? Okay, we're good. Same plan as before. I think they're going to try to deny the Trick Room. I think they're going to go for like Precipice Blades and Wildfire damage right here. They could go to Instant, yet I feel like that's really passive, and I don't think that'd be the case. I guess they could Wildfire swap to Instant, maybe. I guess, but losing my Zoroark here is not that bad for like the -1 speed on Charizard as well as the Stone Edge. We're going to go for the big Stone Edge anyway. Just hit the Stone Edge. We're Choice Banded. Okay, they max to Charizard, please. If I need to hit one move right here, this is the move I need to hit. This is the move I need to hit. They Dynamax to Groudon, which I am a-okay with. I'll take it. Okay, wait, is this Scarf Charizard? Are you Scarf Charizard? Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about Helping Hand. I go for the low sweep with the Dialga into the Charizard right here. Okay. Just hit the Stone Edge. Just hit the Stone Edge. Just pretty please. Nice. Okay. Goodbye, Charizard. Gone. Okay. We get rid of their Charizard, and they're getting rid of my Dialga. Well, that's what they thought before the turn happened, but they're gonna Max Quake my Zoroark. It's gonna pick up the knockout because it was a Helping Hand boost in Max Quake. They're gonna get their special defense boost. However, yeah, it was by Zoroark, so you used your Dynamax on my Zoroark, and now I can plan my, I guess now I plan the Giratina Dynamax here. Yeah, I do plan the Giratina Dynamax. Okay, and then we can go for our max, we can set up for max Phantasms and Earthquakes and dish out a good amount of damage. Calyrex comes out. Perfect. Okay, go hard into Giratina right here, and we're gonna go for a, just don't be Sash. If you're Sash, it's awkward, but we should be okay, I think, for the most part. I'm gonna swap, I'm just gonna go for the attacks here. We're gonna go for a big powerful max Phantasm with, I guess we're gonna take it off Shadow Force because I probably clicked the move the least here in this matchup. So yeah, we go for that. We're gonna swap out into our Dialga because we want to reset what our Landorus wants to go for here. I guess I could have Dynamaxed the, I could Dynamax the Landorus and go for like a Airstream plus Poltergeist. I think that's also fair play. However, of course, I have to hit Poltergeist, which is not great. So I'd rather just set up, I think, for Landorus, get back in, go for Choice Banded Earthquakes, and next to the Giratina with Phantasm setup just seems pretty good, and I do really like that. So we'll Dynamax our Giratina right here and dish out a good amount of damage to their team, I think. Hopefully. We should be able to. I hope this knocks out the Calyrex. If it protects here, that's okay. They go for the Quake into the Giratina. Did they forget my ability? I think they forgot my ability. Yeah, I do have Levitate, buddy. Max Phantasm into Calyrex. It is the Focus Sash variant. Okay. So that's not too surprising. Is this Trick Room? If it's Trick Room, that's okay, right? Because I'm min speed on my Giratina. And Glacial Lance should not KO here. Yeah, they go for Glacial Lance. Yeah, I take it pretty well, actually. Okay, that's ideal. I can go for Phantasm here into my... what do I want to go for? I think Phantasm's really good here. I just don't know into which slot. I guess I just Phantasm the Calyrex. If it's instant coming in, that's cool. I could just swap into Landorus for the Intimidate. That works. Yeah. I could also get a big hit off in the ground, but I don't think that's as worth. I could also go for an Earth Power read into the Calyx slot and Phantasm double up, so I could catch the instant, snipe it, or get rid of the Calyx. But I think just going with the Landers is a pretty fair play, because even if they go instant, they have to get threatened by a Bandit Earthquake the next turn. And yeah, they cannot get an attack with their Groudon onto the target they want. Okay, Phantasm gonna come out into the Calyx, is able to pick up a knockout, so goodbye Calyx. Get a huge amount to the Groudon, and now I can go for a Max Phantasm into the Groudon, get some nice chip. Dynamax will be over, and then set up for Choice Band Earthquake sweep at this point. Not instant, it's Torkoal in the back. Huh. Okay, if it's Torkoal in the back, does that change much? I guess I could just double up the Groudon slot then. Yeah, I might as well just double up the Groudon slot with Max Phantasm Earthquake. I do so much damage here with the Max Phantasm because that Groudon is at -2. This Choice Band Earthquake probably doesn't knock out Groudon, but then we can handle the Torkoal pretty accordingly, I think, with Dialga Earth Power in the back. So Earthquake is going to come out into the Groudon, and the Torkoal do so much damage as we see there. Rock Slide going to come out, but this really isn't that much damage there. Max Phantasm into the Groudon, pick up the knockout, and then the Torkoal. What are you going for here? Because I guess you can pick up a knockout on my Landers. I don't think you can pick up the knockout on my Giratina, but at the end of the day, I have our option. That is unfortunate. Yeah, so I don't know if my opponent actually knew about my ability on Giratina, because you don't see that it says it has Levitate until it happens, and this Pokemon is kind of forgettable. Realistically, it is very forgettable, but overall, really nice. Zoroark. I think Zoroark was actually really key, because not only did we force the max on the Groudon by baiting the attack, because maybe they were like, since they didn't bring instant, I'm thinking maybe their Charizard was scared of potential Scarf on the Landers. If that's the case, yeah, Scarf Stone Edge could really threaten the Landers there. And well, I guess we get to find out, right? Because we get to see their item choices. The Assault Vest on the instant. That instant could have been a pain. I'm actually surprised they didn't bring it here. Ally Switch Trick. What is this set? What is this set? Charcoal on the Torkoal. Okay, wasn't really that big of a threat. The White of Groudon with Substitute, which is kind of cool. The Cobra Berry Venusaur. And Helping Hand, Life Orb, Charizard. Yeah, so they were worried about like Scarf Stone Edge right there, I believe, and that's why they went for the Helping Hand. They wanted to make sure that they could get rid of Dialga before Trick Room got set up. No, was Trick Room that bad for them? I mean, they did have Torkoal and Calyrex, so I don't even know. Maybe they just thought that the Groudon, that Dialga was just going to be too annoying, so they wanted to try to get rid of it as quick as possible, which is fair. And the Zoroark kind of was able to absorb that hit, able to allow me to secure the knockout on Charizard. Even if it didn't go for that Helping Hand situation, I was still going to be in a pretty safe spot because of that low sweep, and assuming I just hit the Stone Edge, it just worked out. Palkia, Zacian, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Indeedee, Ditto. This looks like a pretty standard Palkia support team. All right, Dialga is really good against this team. There is the Amoonguss that's a little bit annoying. However, what's ironic about this is Hatterene's actually really good in this matchup. That's something that's kind of surprising, but yeah, Hatterene's actually good in this matchup. Landers would be kind of tempting. However, I don't think it's really necessary. I think I'm just going to go with Hatterene. Indeedee seems like a pretty safe mode here, because they don't have spread moves other than their Indeedee's Expanding Force if they have Expanding Force. And that seems really good for my Hatterene, just to dish out quite a bit of damage immediately, and then set up for a Giratina potentially with Dialga endgame. I could go Zoroark here, and I could bait. I mean, it depends on what they would lead here specifically, because I could lead a Zoroark here, like Zoroark plus Indeedee, and disguise myself as Dialga. That could be a thing here. However, not sure if I want to commit to it just yet. We'll find out. They also have a Ditto, which is kind of interesting here, because I'm not sure how good it's going to be in this matchup. Let's find out. I do really like the idea of just Hatterene dishing out quite a bit of damage, and this might be a game where Magic Powder can actually really come into play and allow me to pick up some quick knockouts, especially on that Incineroar if I can catch it on the switch. We're going to see the Palkia plus the Indeedee lead right here. Okay, this is perfectly fine for me. I am going to lead my Hatterene plus my Indeedee right here, and go for damage right away. I don't know if I need to trick him up right here. I could probably just follow me here. I don't know if they're going to help me hand though is the question. That could be an option. But yeah, I am just going to go for a, what is more actually, expanding force or dazzling gleam here, because expanding force might do more, right? Although dazzling gleam does cover the instant, which I think might be better here. And it does chip away the entity on their slot. Did we see an item on their entity? It wasn't Psychic Seed, so it could be the Sash variant here. So I think we just go for a Dazzling Gleam here, and we just go for a Follow Me right here, right off the bat. I think it's safe. If they want a Dynamax, they can go for the Dynamax attacks right away. The entity, I don't know if it goes for Expanding Force or not this turn. It could go for Helping Hand, or it could go for Follow Me, because they might be scared of Gmax Smite, which is a pretty fair or reasonable assumption here. We're going to see the Dynamax come out from the Palkia. Okay, so what is this? Helping MX Geyser? That's what I would imagine here this first turn. Although I'm just not too sure. At least they can't Trick Room, so I can set up my Trick Room safely next turn. Okay, I'll take it. Follow Me comes out from Entity. I imagine their Entity didn't go for Helping Hand or Follow Me, so it's probably just Expanding Force on their side. We're gonna see Max Lightning. Ooh, to change the terrain. Okay. Wait, that means Expanding Force is single target now. Also, they have Lightning, which is an interesting tech here. Okay. All right. And we are able to go for Mystical Fire. Okay, so they don't have Expanding Force, they have Mystical Fire, which is cool because Entity doesn't really mind that too much. You could see my Entity took that really well. We do get Dazzling Gleam off. It is a Roselli Berry on the Palkia, so some really interesting item choices right here. I'm going to be firing off and does some pretty solid damage to both Pokemon right here. Okay. And now, I think I just go for the Trick Room right here. And I can go for a Follow Me here, right? Yeah, I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't go for the Follow Me here. It's very safe. They could go for the Helping Hand Geyser, I guess. Pick up the Knockout. I guess they could also Lightning here, the Entity. And will it pick up the Knockout? It looks really close to with the Electric Terrain boost, I suppose. No, they go for Geyser. This could still KO, though, because it's a stronger max move and it's Stab. It is able to pick up the Knockout. Okay. So that is cool, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's all right. My Entity goes down. We're going to see Mystical Fire into my Entity. Yeah, that's okay. All right. So that should be all right here. Now, Trick Room's going to go up. Ooh, Lightning's just an interesting move. So they have Geyser, Lightning. They have a Dragon move is my question, because that's where I'm unsure. Because I would really love to go Giratina here and just go for the Magic Powder stuff. Actually, would that be a play? I guess I do want to go for, or do I go Dialga? Because Dialga is just safe here. I think Dialga is probably just safer. Yeah, I can go for the Magic Powder stuff. I could go for it later, though. I just go out into Dialga, I think. Oh, but I'm going to take a Mystical Fire, I suppose. But taking a Mystical Fire is not that great. Although, yeah, I am going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, get some chip off. And I think we're just going to go for a Max Steel Spike. I'd rather go for Max Quake, even if I'm taking a -1. The Entity doesn't look like extremely bulky right here. Yeah, I think I'd rather just go for the Max Quake here. Okay. Let's go for a Max Quake and a Dazzling Gleam right here. And the reason I want to go for this is because I want good damage onto their team. But also, maybe I can lift a Palkia Max move because it's not Life Orb if I get the Max Quake off. I might take a -1 on Dialga, but Dialga probably still Okos everything on their team realistically. So I'm okay with this. Let's find out. It's going to be a Dazzling Gleam going to come out into their team. They didn't go for Follow Me at all. Huh, they just went for the Mystical Fire. Okay, is this Salvas Palkia? Maybe it is. Because I think you make that play going, assuming it is. I'm able to get Max Quake off. This should KO, I'm pretty sure, because we're Life Orb. And we are pretty offensive. Yeah, okay, so we knock out the Entity. That Pokemon's been annoying for my team. I'll gladly take it. They can't go for Amoonguss stuff against me, which is nice. We do get the Spadef boost with our Pokemon. Let's find out what this Palkia is going to dish out right here. Gonna be a Max Quake gonna get fired off into the Dialga. Okay, I think this is a Assault Vest. Like, I'm pretty confident that this is Assault Vest just because it's like, it should be if it's just going for Max Quake, Max Lightning, Hydro Pump. I think last move has to be Spatial Rend. Okay, so it should be Assault Vest Palkia, and that makes it easier probably. We're gonna see who come out. A Ditto. Okay. I don't actually, that works out because I don't really have anything specifically that's useful in the situation for them here. Okay, I think now what I want to do is actually go for a Dazzling Gleam for sure into their slot. I want to call the Palkia switching out to Zacian. Is that a crazy play? It might be, because I could also go for a safe Steel Spike into the Hatterene, but the Hatterene's not really that big of a threat, I imagine. I guess I could Steel Spike Gleam the Hatterene slot, because I don't know what Palkia is doing here. It's either switching out into Zacian or it's going on the offense here. I think just taking the knockout on Ditto is fine here, though. Yeah, because I don't want to try to call it. Dazzling Gleam is good here to get some pretty good damage to the Palkia. Oh, wait, no, it was Roselli Berry. Wait, we saw it was Roselli Berry. It's not Solvest. It's just taking it super well with the max Quake boost. Yeah, then it's just 4 attacks Palkia with max Lightning. All right, we're able to knock out the Hatterene, which is nice. Okay, goodbye, Hatterene. I guess this end game I can go for... I guess I'll just Magic Powder to Zacian and Max Dragon. That seems really safe here. Yeah, I like that a lot. We're gonna see Hydro Pump come out. Does this pick up a knockout? Because your +1 Spit Def Hatterene is pretty bulky. Unfortunate. Okay. So I'm not able to get Magic Powder off, unfortunately, but we will go out into our Giratina right here. And Giratina should be pretty safe here. We can go for a Poltergeist into... Well, we could go for a Poltergeist, hope we hit. Zacian is the last Pokemon. We go for a Max Dragon into the Zacian slot. I think we just go for Poltergeist here because I don't want to Shadow Force, because I need damage onto the Zacian anyway. So let's go for that Poltergeist here into the Zacian slot, and let's go for a Max Dragon and lower that attack by 1 stage on the Zacian slot for sure. Poltergeist is going to come out. We do hit, which is nice. Okay, so this should do like 50-60%. This is a pretty strong hit. Yeah, really good damage. Max Dragon gonna get fired off, and yeah, it's not Solvest Palkia, so I am gonna be able to pick up the knockout, I imagine. Yep. Okay, nice. And now Zacian has to either crit play rough, I think. Well, they have to crit Sacred Sword too. They don't even knock me out here. So Palkia goes down. We're gonna see what Sacred Sword into the Dialga. Yeah, okay, yeah, Dialga survives, and this should be guaranteed game. Because now I can go for a Earth Power and a Shadow Force here. Yeah, that's always safe here, because I don't have to worry about hitting. Trick Room over. Trick Room has 1 more turn, right? Yeah, Trick Room has 1 more turn. Perfect. So I can go for the Shadow Force, which is super safe. Extra protects, all that good stuff. And we can go for an Earth Power here. If they don't protect, they just lose. Yeah, like if they protect, Shadow Force just gets them next turn and they guarantee the loss. And if it doesn't, Shadow Force and the Shadow Seek is always a game-winning play. If they go for the attack, they just go down to Earth Power. And I also still, Shadow Force just guaranteed me to win right there. And yeah, that's nice. I was not expecting the Max Lightning Palkia immediately with the Mystical Fire Entity. It kind of made it easier that I just didn't have to really deal with it that much. I wish the Hatterene could have got a Magic Powder off in the late game, because that would have been really fun to get a Magic Powder into the Zacian for the Shadow Force knockout to secure the game. However, yeah, Hatterene actually putting in some work. Even though it didn't get any Magic Powders, the damage it did was pretty consistent with the Dazzling Gleam. Was actually able to quite chip the Palkia. I wish it could have lit the Hydro Pump right there in the rain, but still pretty solid damage that it was able to spread across the board, while Dialga was able to do a good amount of damage as well. And that is the show. Zoroark was something specifically to deal with Calyx Shadow Rider, as that Pokemon is a huge threat, especially if it's next to Entity. It's pretty tough for my team to handle. Or if it is the Focus Sash variant, which most of them are, it's really annoying because I can't go for just the Shadow Seek just to KO the Calyx Shadow Rider. So I need a way to bait the Calyx Shadow Rider and really threaten it. And Zoroark is a really cool Pokemon because I can play mind games with the lead and the team preview, which is really cool. But if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. If you want to check out the details of the team, again, available in the description down below. There is a pay spin. Try out the team. There is a rental code available for 2 weeks before it expires. Make sure you grab while you can. Team Builder coming out in the next couple days. Make sure you stay tuned for that if you want to know how I built this team. And you can check out the rest of my Series 12 content, where there's a lot of fun teams, a lot of cool Pokemon, and a lot of interesting strategies. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.